Hi, this is Steve Rowe, Executive Director. Today is Wednesday, April 21st. You're getting me a second week in a row, and I apologize for that. Kim Bergen-Jackson, our administrator, is working from home today and asked if I could record in her place. So I am pinch hitting. Earlier this week, I participated in a webinar put on by the CDC, and they finally, after more than a year of being in this pandemic, came out with some guidelines for retirement communities. And the unfortunate part about these guidelines is there were, in my opinion, just a lot of mixed messages included within what they were telling us. One piece of their message was for vaccinated residents and vaccinated visitors, it's absolutely fine to be visiting together without masks, which is good and what we've been doing for at least a month now, maybe a little bit longer. But their guidance really doesn't consider that most of our staff is also vaccinated, because they're saying that staff members working with residents need to continue to be masked, and it's like all of this stuff, which we are not following. We feel very comfortable with what we've done in allowing our staff and residents who are fully vaccinated to interact with each other without masks, and I don't think that has caused us any problems. So it's just interesting that it's taken so long for any guidance to come out for a community like Oak Knoll. It was beneficial to participate in that webinar because there were at least a couple of other retirement communities similar to Oak Knoll. One organization that actually runs 700 communities similar to Oak Knoll in 43 states, and they were talking about kind of how they're trying to lead their various communities, and we're pretty much in line with what other retirement communities are doing at this point in time in terms of vaccination and then allowing visitors to apartments but not to common areas. That was a consistent theme as we heard from some other retirement communities. Provide a quick update on case counts. We might have plateaued, hopefully. We're kind of hovering for the last week. We've been hovering about 30 to 31 new cases per day on a 14-day moving average. So it's not getting significantly worse, but it's also not getting any better. Just right in there. And if you look back to where we were just over a month ago, the average new case count per day was only at 12. So we're 2.5 times where we were a month ago. So there still is a fairly significant amount of new cases in the Johnson County area. The positivity rate continues to just inch ever so slowly upward. When I checked today, it was at 6.3% over the last 2-week period. So both of those, the case counts and the positivity, will cause us to continue to just kind of stay where we are, continuing to allow visitors to your apartments, but not yet opening up visitors into common area spaces like our restaurants. We will wait for a downward trend in cases before we do that, and I'm very, very hopeful that with the number of people that have been vaccinated, that we'll start to see that sometime soon. We are doing another vaccination, a small vaccination clinic today for some newer employees, and we had three doses that were left over, and I reached out to our board members yesterday to let them know if they hadn't been vaccinated and wanted to, and anybody who got back to me had indicated that they all are fully vaccinated now. So it does seem like most people that want to get vaccinated in Johnson County have had the opportunity now now. And I also heard yesterday as I was trying to find arms for these 3 doses that we had, that Mercy Hospital had 50 doses that they were trying to find people for as well. So there seems to be an abundance of vaccine in our community, and it's like hopefully sometime soon we'll start to see the trends decrease rather than continue to increase or plateau. Today is another testing day for our employees. With the county positivity rate being above 5%, we are required to test employees once per week. So Wednesday is our testing day. The good news is that we are no longer in outbreak status from a positive test that happened early in April. So when we're in outbreak status, the residents in the health center also need to be tested at least every 3 to 7 days. We've gone through the full 2-week period and no residents are positive as we expected, but we're no longer in outbreak status, so there are no resident tests that we need to perform currently. The last thing I want to talk about is a quick business update. We are currently at 65% of our entrance fee sales goal for the year. So that's increased pretty dramatically from where we were about 6 weeks ago. Thank you for your efforts there in pointing any friends, neighbors, relatives in our direction. We have signed a few new life care contracts in the last 6 weeks, so that is certainly helping us. We have a number of apartments still available on the main campus. In the spring building, we will have 2 1-bedroom apartments that are open. So those are the very smallest apartments that we have in the Spring Street building. But if you know of anybody who's potentially interested in a small apartment here on the main campus, we have those. We also are very close to having 3 2-bedroom apartments available in the Benton Street East Edition. So that's the 1998 building, and we've got another 2-bedroom apartment in the Benton Street West building. And we continue to have some very nice, comfortable 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartments at East that are virtually move-in ready if we can find the right fit. We are down to having 9 apartments available at East. I think, looking back, we were certainly predicting and projecting that we would have been sold out by now, and COVID has had a huge impact on that. But it also maybe is giving somebody the opportunity that wasn't ready a year or 2 years ago, that if they're ready now, we've got some very nice spaces available at East. So if you know of anybody, please point them in our direction and we'll be happy to talk with them. I think that's it for today. I hope you're all doing well. Take care, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.